6 July 2020, and today I want to give my opinion on Nelson Chamisa's rally, which he held yesterday. It was an online rally, or what he called an e-rally. And to me, the e-rally showed that Nelson Chamisa is not yet ready to become Zimbabwe president. It was very disappointing to me, and I realized that there are a lot of problems with Nelson Chamisa's strategy, and he missed an opportunity to set the direction and to show his followers exactly what he's going to be doing. So when I talk about setting a direction, I'm talking about objectives. What is it that Nelson Chamisa is aiming to do, and by when is he hoping to do this? So specifically, when Tendai Biti introduced Nelson Chamisa, he introduced him as the president of Zimbabwe. And if that is the objective, then it is going to be an uphill battle for Nelson Chamisa using the current actions or what he said he's going to do. In fact, I think Nelson Chamisa will need to go back to the drawing board. There is no way he's going to win the election in 2023 if that is the objective, using what he described he's going to do. So obviously, elections are not the only way for Nelson Chamisa to become president. There are other ways. So he could demonstrate, he could force demonstrations, or he could go into a negotiated settlement. So there are those three options: the elections, the negotiated settlement, or demonstrations. But as I will show shortly, Nelson Chamisa has failed to show his followers how he's going to achieve the presidency of Zimbabwe. In fact, the people that are there, the people that are surrounding Nelson Chamisa, like Tendai Biti, like Job Scala, they are deceiving him into believing that if he keeps on this current path, he's going to win. Unfortunately, this is not going to happen. If Nelson Chamisa does not make major changes in the way he's acting at the moment, he is not going to win the 2023 elections. He is now not the only person in the opposition. There are major issues in the opposition, but there are also other actors that want to be president. For example, people in the military, other parties want to be president of Zimbabwe. And this is something that Nelson Chamisa has to understand. The terrain has changed, especially post-coronavirus. And I also feel that there is a desire to play to the gallery of the international community so that people feel sorry for Chamisa. So if you see the way he's conducting himself, he wants the international community to notice him and to feel sorry for him and to say Mnangagwa is really being harsh on the opposition in Zimbabwe, and then maybe they can push for a change in Zimbabwe, which I think post-coronavirus, it's not going to happen. People are focused on their own countries. But let me quickly take you through my notes where I looked at what Nelson Chamisa is doing and where he can quickly change if he wants to become the Zimbabwe president. So the first thing is, during yesterday's e-rally, Nelson Chamisa failed to launch his 2023 campaign. As I showed you this week, ZANU-PF has already launched their campaign with the rural housing strategy. So that was a missed opportunity. Secondly, Nelson Chamisa failed to launch a new political party. He's stuck on the MDC Alliance name. It's clear that the MDC Alliance name is not Nelson Chamisa's name. He is going to lose it at some point in court, especially as we go towards 2023. Douglas Monzora, Thokozani Kupe, whoever becomes the president of the MDC-T, is going to claim that name. And Nelson Chamisa won't be able to put that name on the ballot paper. So, clinging onto the name MDC Alliance is a mistake. Chamisa should be forming a new party without the name MDC on it and start rebranding. Right. Then the third a mistake which I noticed is that Chamisa failed to launch a broad-based coalition. So he spoke about it, but he did not launch a coalition or call upon a coalition. If I was Chamisa, yesterday I was going to give a name to my coalition for 2023, invite all political parties, and start working with others. The fourth mistake is that Chamisa failed to launch a raw election or a raw voter strategy. You know that ZANU-PF has been winning in the raw areas. Chamisa was doing an e-rally, but he failed to understand how he can penetrate the raw areas. It's now very easy to penetrate the raw areas, but at the moment, Chamisa is not focused on that. He is focused online. He's focused on the current issues that are happening in Harare. But ZANU-PF, as I said, have launched a rural housing strategy. There is a reason. That is because most of their votes come from the raw areas. If Chamisa wants to win, he has to win in raw areas, Mashonaland West, Mashonaland East, Manicaland, areas in Maswingo, Matabeleland North, Matabeleland South. Those are the kind of areas where Chamisa needs to be winning. That's where he needs to target. And specifically, he didn't do well in Matabeleland. There's a reason why Thokozani Kupe got votes there in the raw areas. And this needs to be addressed. However, yesterday, that was not addressed. Right, then I want to go to the fifth error or mistake that I saw Nelson Chamisa making. He spends a lot of time talking about Mnangagwa. Almost everything that has gone wrong, he attributes it to Mnangagwa. But if you want to win an election, you have to show that you're bigger than your opponent. At the moment, he's creating this huge, massive, powerful Mnangagwa that is difficult to beat. And he keeps talking about him. Every sentence, he talks about Mnangagwa. That is a mistake because he's almost demoralizing his supporters. Mnangagwa is doing this wrong. Mnangagwa is doing that wrong. Instead, he should be framing that in the way of how we are going to change what is happening now. And I think this is a topic for another day, very, very big. The focus on Mnangagwa and his mistakes is a problem. Then I want to go to whether Chamisa will boycott or go into the 2023 elections. Chamisa said they are not going to go into 2023 without addressing the issues of 2018. So the question is Chamisa going to go into 2023 elections or is going to boycott? This was an opportunity to say, are you boycotting or are you going forward? Very, very important. Then I want to go to the seventh one, which is explaining how badly the economy is doing. It's not going to make people want to vote for Chamisa. So, in fact, ZANU-PF would just say Chamisa is the one who made the economy this bad. So, this is something that Chamisa needs to work on. How do we make this economy better? If the economy collapses, it's not helping. Ever since the days of Changira, the economy has been going down, but it has not given the MDC vote. It's time to change, and the change is needed in the narrative. So let's say we say the Zimbabwe dollar has crashed. What are the solutions that we have? We now need to bring those solutions on the table, even before winning. And that is something very, very difficult. Now, I want to end with the issue of dialogue, and then I'll give my solutions. Chamisa wants to talk to Mnangagwa, but there is no platform. How does he create a platform to talk to Mnangagwa? That is something that is needed, and it was not clear. He did not reach out to Mnangagwa to talk to him, to say how he wants to engage with him. So, in my view, there are three things that Nelson Chamisa needs to do. The first thing, he needs to set an objective that he needs to win 2023, and 2023 is his last chance. So, a coalition is essential. And he needs to now say to his supporters, we're now in the election mode. And everything that happened in 2018, let's forget about it. Let's move forward. It's a painful, painful decision. Because if he doesn't do that, he's going to be stuck in 2018 and won't be able to move forward. That means Chamisa must also accept all the court decisions that have happened, all the Supreme Court rulings, the Constitutional Court rulings, and move forward. These are pulling him back. They're holding him back. They're distracting his team. And then the other issue is that Chamisa needs to accept and join Pollard. I know this is a very, very difficult thing to do. The reason is, how do you take over a system that you are not inside? It is obvious that if you are not within the current system, you cannot influence it. And this is where I think Chamisa needs to focus right now. How does he get inside this system and work from within it? Because everything else has not worked. So this e-rally, it showed me that the leadership of Nelson Chamisa, the people around him and himself, they are still doing what they were doing in 2018, but it won't work. So he is not ready using the current method that he's using to become the Zimbabwe president, unfortunately. And if he keeps going this way, in 2023, we'll be back here. In fact, I'll be back here saying, you remember what I said, that Chamisa was not ready to take over. Right. So I think this is it. This is all I wanted to say about this e-rally. It's a good idea to hold e-rallies, but there are important announcements that Nelson Chamisa needed to make that he didn't make. Right. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on WhatsApp, send it to as many people as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, please like, comment, and share.